Okay, good morning, everyone. There we go. So let's see. All right. So this BFRI, we traded this, as you recall, last week or earlier this week. So its high was 736. That's a nice extension there. Let's see whether or not it holds that level. Current high is 670. It tapped it and then pulled back. LGVN on Wednesday, also really nice move from 22 all the way up to 45. Definitely going to be worth keeping an eye on. I'm going to be watching for headlines at 8:30. We'll see if we get any good ones. GovX on the scans here. So those are my scanners right now, scanner alerts, making that noise. BFRI. So quick trade there for me. Let's see if it breaks over 7. Trying to buy the first pullback on it. Add spot is 88. And then look for the squeeze through 7. There's 710. 710 is going to be actually an add. I'm going to hold this position and see if we get a break of 710. We still have blue sky. There we go. Adding right there for 750. So on this one, next spot is 8. Watch 750 to break. There we go. Watching 7. If it holds 750, buying the dip there at 765 for the squeeze up to 8. Next add is 785 for parabolic momentum through 8. This is a blue sky setup, so added right there for the break of $8. 825 next add spot for a squeeze up to 850. So right now this is a hold on the first pullback for the breakthrough 8. This is parabolic momentum. Buying the dip at 75 right there. Next add is 85 and 95 for the squeeze through $8. First 1 minute pullback. Watching to buy a dip again. Added at 62. So on something like this, I start to size up over 75 and 85. Watching 75 to add, and then 85, 95 for the breakthrough $8. This is our first 1 minute pullback after that big breakout. So I'm adding right here at 60. Looking for 70. Holding right now. I'll let it pull back. Looking for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. High of this one is 85. Bought the dip at 60. So looking for 78. And the squeeze through $8 on BFRI. Taking a little size off the table. Back to my average is 41. Holding 3,700 shares. Nice on GovX, that one's moving as well. But BFRI is a blue sky setup. So the low here is 21. Nice squeeze from 6 to 8. I'm a little disappointed I didn't make more on it. Dip trade at 28. Looking for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. Average is 32. Took some profit at 48. First 1 minute candle hasn't made a new high yet. New order goes at 65. High of this candle is 50. 10 seconds left. Added at 40. Looking for the break through 750, then up to 765 as this 5 minute candle closes right here. So there's 50, look for 55, then 60. So that 1 minute candle closed. Looking for the first 1 minute candle to make the new high. There's a 10,000 share bid at 40. Nice on GovX. Added at 46 on BFRI for the breakthrough 50. Back to flat. Gave back 3,000 on that trade. GovX, I'm not as crazy about the daily chart on it. High of this candle is 561. So it's coming up to resistance there. All right, so today is Black Friday. We already have some momentum, that's for sure. Good job for those that traded BFRI. I didn't trade that as well as I could have, but was looking for the squeeze through 8. And because it's a blue sky setup, parabolic, really looking for it to start skipping $0.50 and opening up. GovX, this one's going without me. Nice from 460 to 560. So we're certainly seeing some good momentum today. This is not uncommon of Black Friday. The challenge will be being patient and looking for the next one. Some resistance there at 590. So our leading gapper right now is ISPC. This one is gapping up 61%. I like how BFRI broke through yesterday's high, but pulled back a little bit. 736 was yesterday's high, Wednesday's high. Mm-hmm. The ERC is an IPO, but with big spreads. Friday went from 40 to $100. Nice dip there off of 680. So thank you for folks tuning in for the morning show. Reminder as always that trading is risky. You should not try to blindly follow me or anyone else. On YouTube, you've got some latency in the broadcast. The YouTube streaming servers aren't ultra low latency. So you should not try to blindly follow me or anyone else, and you should assume as a beginner trader that you will lose money, because my results are not typical, and most beginner traders do lose money. So take it slow. On BFRI, from my average at, well, I think I was 717 at one point, I was up almost $1 a share. If we had gotten that rip through 8, I would have been in really good shape. But it pulled back, I added, and then my average came up to 740, and then I ended up stopping out for a fairly small gain, and then losing on the second trade for the break over, whatever it was, 750. So kind of a bummer on that. It's 8:33. We have 1 hour to the opening bell. LGVN, VWAP is up around 36. BFRI, we'll wait on a 5-minute setup, I think. It's probably better, but we'll see what it wants to do. It's a little extended here. WIMI up 7%. Yes, reminder, we've got Black Friday sales going on right now. LGVN, 39 and 40 are levels that I'm more interested in. BFRI has more volume. So the all-time high on ISPC is 21 with pre-market just the other day, so we'll keep an eye on it. So LGVN, because it had that sort of pullback candle here where it dropped back down, I'd want to see it get back above that level. It's not a perfect 5-minute chart. So I'm going to go get my green juice and be back in 5 minutes. All right, let's see. So, reminder again for those on YouTube, check out our Black Friday sales. They're going on right now. And students that join between today and Monday can get a 14-day money-back guarantee with Warrior Pro classes. All right, let's see. We've got news there. Okay, so leading gapper, ISPC. I would say the pivot I'd want to see break on ISPC would be around 1820 and then 19 for the retest of 2160. It's holding this ascending support line right now, but we'll see whether or not we get a nice breakout on that. LGVN, big momentum on Wednesday afternoon from 23 all the way back up to 45. So I don't want to write that one off entirely, but we may have, let's see, a little bit of resistance at that trend line. Maybe support around that line. That's a ways off though. So I'm going to be watching closely for news at 9 a.m. AHPI needs to get back above volume weighted average price. Thank you, Ben. Yes, those on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Really appreciate it. Makes a huge difference for the channel. And if you share the video with a few friends, that would be awesome too. So Dave, not using Facebook because Facebook is not doing a good job moderating the Bitcoin spam. So until they figure that out, I'm not going to use Facebook for my morning show broadcast. So this was support on BFRI. It's having a bit of a hard time holding the 20 moving average on the 1 minute chart. But I think dip trades are a better approach on it, so we'll just see where it pulls back to. Maybe it'll provide a dip entry. Starter there at 92, which is a flat bottom setup. Added at 20. Next add is going to be 30. Added at 30. Now looking to see if we break through 750. If we could break through 750, that is a nice bounce right off the volume weighted average price. Holding 10,000 shares. Almost a perfect dip trade. New order 750. This is a 10-second micro pullback. Sizing down a little bit. Can add back if it holds this level. So that's a entry off of support, volume weight average price, the orange dotted line, and then once it pops and is showing strength, then adding into that strength. High of this candle is 35, orders at 55, ready to go. And yes, reminder, thank you for mentioning that. I have a goal of hitting 1 million subscribers by the end of this year. And if we hit 1 million, then on January 1st, I will begin a new small account challenge. Broker is to be determined. I will take, I will go by what is most popularly requested. So that's something to look forward to. So I wouldn't. Someone said, Winston, you're a brave man for buying here. I wouldn't consider myself a particularly brave man for buying at volume weighted average price. That is a pretty conservative entry. Adding up at 745, 750, that's going to be a little bit more. That would be a little bit more aggressive. 50 cents higher than probably the best entry. So that's interesting. If the other channels on trading are doing well because of Lamborghinis and Ferraris, imagine what would happen if I got a Lamborghini. We'd go straight to 2 million subscribers. So the high of this candle, 735. Does Lamborghini do Black Friday sales? High of this candle is 745. Reducing size. We're just kind of going sideways here. So we've had a couple of good trades on this one. On that one, I took the profit, even though I had this trade here through 7. That spike from 680 to 798, I held pretty much the whole thing until it came back to break even. I was looking for fireworks. The squeeze through 8, 825, 850, 9. Came back to flat, more or less. So sitting up 7,200 right now, although maybe I should say my results are not typical. And put up my disclaimer again as a reminder to beginner traders out there. Of course, we're running our Black Friday sales, but that is not a guarantee just because you take our class that you'll be successful. There are no guarantees, and we don't track the typical result of our students. We don't have access to their brokerage statements. We're not a broker-dealer. And so what I can tell you is that while there are no guarantees of success, if you want to learn more about the financial markets, you will learn a lot in the classes that I teach. Added there at 706. That was a dip trade off of the whole dollar of 7. These types of dip trades in this area for me are 10, 15 cents, and then we'll see if I get more on one of them or two of them if they start to open up a bit more. So holding 2,000 shares right now at 706, now 1,000. So we've got about 2 minutes till 9 a.m. Right now, we're pretty much in a consolidation period between 684 and 745. I still think that there's some potential for this to break out through that level, so we'll keep looking for that opportunity. Support at the 20 moving average here. Added back there. 710. Again, just adding near the whole dollar. And taking some off the table at 721. Back to flat for now, looking for the next dip entry. LGVN is pulling back a little bit. So this is the curriculum for the Warrior Starter class. It's a 15 chapter starter course, and then the small cap class is 20 chapters right here. I wouldn't say that this is basic. The small cap class is my strategy development course, and it's substantial. This course was taught this year in January. It took about 6 weeks to teach it, and I was teaching every day. So it is a pretty long class. Let's see. My slide deck on this chapter, or on this section of the classes, is 1,376 slides. And where we really get into the meat is in chapter 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. APT hitting a scanner. Not too sure about that right now. LGVN had this big move right here. Did anyone trade AREC on Wednesday? AERC, sorry. This one went from 40. How many halts in a row did it do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 halts going up. 2 halts coming back down. Another halt going up. Another almost halt. So from $40 to 101. It's a pretty crazy chart. Nice on BFRI. Dip got bought up again. That one I didn't buy. I'll watch for the next one. Low was 697. So on ISPC, I'd like to see it get back over the volume weight average price. Hey, George, welcome. Hi, David. Thank you. So you've got a little bit of ascending support in this area on ISPC, BFRI. It's a great daily setup and is holding up relatively well, but doesn't have fresh news. Support around 7. I'm going to take a starter of ISPC off of that ascending support line and the ads over 1750. So adding on ISPC here, looking for this to squeeze up through 1820. Watching over 1775 for the next ad. Add at 1775. Holding 16,000 shares. Next ad's 85. See if we get that squeeze through 18. Nice break of VWAP there. Thank you for calling that to my attention. Up 11,000 on that. Break of VWAP setup. Taking some profit off the table. New order goes at 18. It's right at this descending resistance line. High is 1820. Added back there. This is our leading gapper. 18,000 share buyer at 18. Added there at 35. Now let's see if we get the squeeze up towards 19. Nice bids. We'll see how it holds here. Back to flat. High of this candle is 1850. 1930. It's got to hold this yellow line. I'm going to apply this to all time frames. So I chased that a little bit. Watching dips, added back at 18, just 3,000 shares to start. We'll see if this starts to open up a bit more. Reduce some size on it. 1913 pre-market high. This is a 1 minute pullback and see how it tapped that yellow line. Watching for another dip entry. Taking some more profit at 56. So that was 16. I wish I'd been able to get in that early. I just didn't see it until it was over VWAP. High of that candle is 1863. New orders at 19. This one is our leading gapper, so that's good. And the daily chart, if it can break through 1850 is the highs of regular trading hours. So we're right kind of at that level. And then 2160 was the pre-market high. But based on what happened with LGVN, right, that's where we had that sell-off and then that big reversal. And LGVN is still in play if we can get back in the 40s. But ISPC right now, maybe we see something similar. High is 1880. BFRI dipping back to the VWAP. I'll do a small trade there at 86. We'll set the stop break even mentally. Mental stop break even on the rest. BFRI. Thanks, Tyler. It's pretty cool. ISPC. Dip trade at 54. Looking for the breakthrough 19. This is a 1 minute flat top. Flat 54. Break even trade. Still holding small size on BFRI, but LGVN curling. Yep. Dip trade at 15 on ISPC. Watching the yellow ascending support line. Nice 10-cent gain there. 15 up to 28. BFRI. Dipped back to 86, but still holding small size. Back to flat on BFRI. Dip trade 1812 on ISPC. Next ad would be over 1835. I want to see if it bases here. Looking for the first 1 minute candle to make a new high. Seems like it's holding up pretty well here. Looking for 28, 30, then 38. Added at 35. from 19 average, some profit at 42, and then look to see if we get over the $0.50. Holding 1,700 shares. Watching 45, next order's at 50. Nice on LGVN. Back to VWAP. Flat, ISPC. All things considered, it's our leading gapper, and it's holding in the very top range of the pre-market range. Top of the pre-market range here, so it's not a bad setup. LGVN to get back to 45 ultimately would just be a short squeeze. I don't want to underestimate just a short squeeze because short squeezes can be very powerful, but that's what it would be. Dip trade at 69 and 72 on BFRI, buying the dip. Looking for the pop back into the 80s. Let's see if we get 82. LGVN, profit there on BFRI. LGVN, high is 36.44. LGVN is on the top of our continuation scanner. So right now, ISPC and LGVN are two that I think are worth watching pretty closely. I'll just keep those up there. High of this candle is 55. My average is 48. Watching for a dip, added at 10. There's a buyer on ISPC at 06. There's back to look at that, right back to 55. Nice. High of this candle is 59. Little premature for a 5-minute breakout, taking profit off the table. Watching for the next dip entry. Starter at 41. Can add in the 20s. 43 average. Back to flat for now. High of this is 68. The high right here is 1880. Pre-market high is 1913, and then we're getting into this area here. Another dip. Okay, let's see. Starter at 40. I want to try to look for adding in the 20s. So I'm just going to start buying as it pulls back. Looking for the break through 68. New orders at 70. I'm going to put the order actually at 19. But looking for the first 5-minute candle to make a new high. So holding right now at 40. This 5-minute candle's closing with a high of 68. 20,000 share seller at 50, but got bought up pretty quickly. Added at 40. Next add is 68, adding at 68. Now looking for 75, 85, taking some profit at 19. New order goes 19.10. That's a 5-minute breakout. Added there at 87. Now looking for the squeeze through 19. So there's 1924. Then we're going to look for 1930. Holding 1,800 shares right now. High of this candle, 1926. Looking for an add through 1930. Watching the dip. If it holds adding at 1906, it's holding $19. Now looking for the squeeze through 1925 to add. Added at 25. Now looking for 30. Let's see if we get the move up to 1947. This is high volume right here, so I want to see if it pulls away from this level. Back to flat. It's pulling back to 19, looking for a dip entry. It held 19. Added at 1903, buying the dip right there. There's 1920. Average is 1901. Holding 1,400 shares. Actively trading within this range. Back to flat. Looking for the next dip. Added at 1907. Just 1,500 shares to start. It's holding 19. So we're getting a 1-minute pullback here. It's right at the daily, the pre-market high, but it's okay. Dip trade at 86. Bought the dip, looking for a reclaim of 19, then back up to 1910, 1915. Added there for the break back over 19. There's 1904, 1912. Holding small size now. Dip trade at 90. Back out 97 half. Watching for dips, added at 83, bought the dip again. There's 19. Looking for $19.10, 19.12. Added at 19.10. So now we're looking for 19.25. You can see how the 10 second and 1 minute is breaking out there. Watching 19.15, then 19.25. My ad spot is going to be 25. And then looking for the squeeze through 19.30 up to 19.50. Watching for my ads at 20, 25. There's 19.19, looking for 20. Slowing down a little bit. Should have broken over 25 there. Flat, let it pull back again. Dip at 88. Filled at 96, a little bit of slippage on that order. Added at 94. I wanted to get in closer to 90. I saw a 10,000 share bid at 85, but filled a little higher. Out at 97 for now. Seller at 15. Actually still holding. There we go. All out. So we've got about 3 minutes to the bell. I would say ISPC is the strongest, holding up well. BFRI has pulled back a bit, but if it can get back over 736. So I've got ISPC on watch. I've got LGVN on watch. I have BFRI on watch. I have AERC on watch. AERC is a wild card type of stock. Right now, the spreads are too big, but if it broke through 85, would be looking for a retest of the high. Those on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Makes a huge difference for the channel. I know there may not be as many folks tuned in today because it's Black Friday, but the market is open and I'm here as I am pretty much every day. And I want to encourage you guys, if you haven't already checked out our Black Friday sales, to check those out. Students who join right now, between now and I think it's Monday or Tuesday, in the next 4 days, you'll get a 14-day money-back guarantee. So you can jump in, trade with us for the next 2 weeks, and see what you think of it. Go through some of the classes, get into the trading using the simulator. Pretty sure the simulator, I'll have to double check that, but the simulator you should have access to. I don't see a note on that. Let me just double check with my support team. No sim, sorry. Okay, no sim, but you get scanners for the 14 days, and you'll be able to go into the classes and be in the chat room and everything else. So I'd love for you guys to test the water and see if you like it. High, this candle's 19.30. So what are you guys thinking is the trade at the open? We've got 1 minute to the bell. Today, the market closes at 1 p.m. BFRI, you're thinking? All right. Well, I see BFRI. I'll agree that the price is better on it. Just broke back above VWAP. I'll take a starter there on it for the break of 750. My entry was at 710. I'll add at 740. If we break through 750, 736, 750 here going into the open, we may get a nice move on this up towards 8. So I'm going to hold this right here with a new order at 750 on BFRI. I think that that's a good idea. So watching for an add over 725, adding at 725 and 728. There's 733 taking a little profit. It didn't go immediately to 745 or 750. My average is 709. Hit 736 and is now pulled back just a little bit. New orders at 750. Added back at 32. Looking for the break through 750 on BFRI. There's 40. There's 41. There's 42. There's 45. Holding 4,000 shares. Added at 49. There's 60. Taking some profit at 55. Average is 46. Watching for a dip. ISPC is also worth watching. ISPC added right there for the squeeze to 20. In right now, looking to add over 1975 on ISPC. Added at 1970. So ISPC, we've got a target of breaking through $20. This one's looking a little bit better between the two. BFRI, I bailed on to focus on ISPC. Added at 20. Now looking for the squeeze up to 21. Watch for the add as that seller gets bought up. Now next add to 735. No, back to flat on it for now. High of that candle is 2139. It did a false break. It popped and then pulled back. AERC coming up, but the volume is very light. Still focusing on ISPC and still watching BFRI. AHPI also on the scans. So that was a instance where trying to focus on two stocks, BFRI and ISPC, I probably did not fully capitalize on the ISPC move there. I should have done better on that. A reminder, as always, for those on YouTube, that I have no control over the YouTube streaming servers, but I can tell you that for Warrior Pro students, we use an ultra low latency broadcast. So our students have as close to real time as possible. Because I know market commentary when I'm talking about level 2 and prices and things like that. You're not because you're blindly following, but because you're watching the market side by side with me. You want to be real time. So that's another reason to become a Warrior Pro student. And you could test it out for the next 14 days. And if you don't think it's a faster broadcast, then and if it doesn't help you, it doesn't help you. But so dip down there Dip trade at 23. I like to buy dips like this, especially when it's right off the volume weighted average price. Let's see if this breaks back over 75. Flat. If it breaks through the low, I always cut the loss. And the low right there was the spot. So now watching, almost punched it there at 32, but hesitated. AERC, halt levels 91.89. I mean, it's moving, but you got the spreads, so. BFRI needs to get back to 760, leaving the order at 760. ARQQ, we traded this one was a month ago, back here in September, I guess it was. ISPC, nice dip off of 17. ADGI on my scanners. APVO. KTTA, no, I don't think I want to go for that. Oh, I'm sorry, Larissa, that is the worst. Platform errors drive me crazy. Trading is hard enough without dealing with that. ADGI, it's a therapeutics company. It's squeezing up, but I missed the entry, I guess. Yep, nice, really nice bounce on ISPC. ARC. Big spreads, but moving. Just not possible to manage risk on it right now. Yep, ADGI into the halt. So first 5 minutes, choppy. Nothing unusual about that. AERC 97 on the ask, but 90 on the bid. Ugh. Just need more volume. Better spreads. OCGN, a lot of stocks hitting scanners. Scanners are very active today. Halt level on AERC, $100.87. It's bound to pull back at some point here. But nice job for anyone that with small size got a piece of that from $80 to $100. But which one is the obvious one? And I agree that that's right now the struggle. ISPC, had we gotten the squeeze through 2039, well, a little higher than that actually, 2160. So it's still early. Wow. So that just flashed back to 20, but then pulled right back. Dip trade at 88, looking for the squeeze through 20. Add spot will be 20 and then $20.10. This one feels like perhaps the one to focus on. Holding right now 3,000 shares and looking to add to that position. Added at 42. Watching 75 and 85. Halt level is $20.56. Back to flat on it, taking the loss. I'm in a little high. Nice on LGVN, halted up. I still think ISPC is worth keeping a close eye on. But I don't want to hold, if I average down, I don't want to hold deep in the red on it. It's better just to cut the loss, focus on something else, then come back to it when it sets up again. Thanks, Beth. Look at that dip. See, you don't, all of a sudden then you're down $1 a share, and that's just it's not worth it. BFRI coming back up a little bit. BFRI on watch, ISCP on watch, LGVN halted up. We'll watch that on resumption. HPI coming back up. This is running into the volume weight average price. BFRI, choppy. OCGN running into the 200. LGVN showing a 36.23 resumption. We'll want to watch that. $1,500 shares would be my starter on it, going a little smaller. 36.23. Watching right now, not buying because it's a little too extended off that move from 31. I don't want to catch the top and have it pull back hard on me. Next halt level's a bit higher up. So prove it can hold this level. See, now that candle's going red. But we mark the high, which is 37. So if it breaks through that level, added there, 37, right? So if it breaks through that level, that's where I'm looking. 37.50, next added at 37.50. Then I take a little off at 38. It's not a home run with small size, but it's profit. Unwinding the position down to small size, can set a stop on that. The new high is 38.50. Good. I'm happy to see that. Looking now for the next entry. High of that candle is 38.69. New order added right there, 38.70 for the break of 39. Sizing out at 39.19. Added at 38 right there for the break of 40. Now let's look for $40. So watching for that squeeze up to 40. Back to flat on it, down 500. Trading small size the whole time, which is good. High of that candle, 39.90. New order goes at 40. As I said, if we can break through these levels, then we're starting to look at all-time highs, which is around 45. Dip trade at 78. Bought the dip right there for the curl back up over 39. Then 39.25. Watching the 10-second chart. Had to cut it down 4,200. So that was a bigger loss on that one. Jumped back in right through here. 4,000 shares. Stopped out $1 a share. Can come back to it if it sets up another opportunity. Needs to break over 40. High of that candle is 37.76 on the 1 minute. BFRI will still be watching. Needs to break through 760. AHPI going a little higher. Nice, Rob. 873. LGVN halted down. If it did a false halt, I'd be a buyer, just watching the level 2, but it's a real halt. BFRI, curling up, good, trying again. We know that this one is volatile, so it can pop and drop, but the longer it holds up, the better that is. We want to see a green candle on the daily chart. High of that candle's 40, high here is 60, and then $8 is the high, so obviously we want to see it break 8 or get halted up on the way to 8. Dip trade for me at 27. Trying to buy the dip off this level, and then the add is at 40. Looking for this to break through 745 and 750. Watching the add at 37.38. Back to flat at 28 for now. It's either got to go right away or I'm in too early and I'll look for a better dip. Leaving an order at 60. ISPC back to 19. So your high is 2039 on ISPC. So between BFRI and ISPC, these are the two that seem to have the most momentum right now. Different price ranges. LGVN, good observation. So halted down at 34.22, showing a $36 resumption. So yeah, that's now showing 37. So I mean, that's worth being mindful about. The halt was at 49. The resumption will be at 54. We can see where it actually resumes, and I can watch it certainly over 38 and 39. That could become a bear trap, but we'll just see where it actually resumes. So we'll watch resumption on LGVN, BFRI. Of course, better price on this one. $5 still a little premature. High this candle is 37. So what we would need to see on BFRI is a breakthrough this descending resistance line. LGVN still showing a $36 resumption. I'll put an order at 37. We'll just see if it creates a short squeeze but let's see where it resumes. Still halted right now. Added there for the break of 36. Now looking for the squeeze up to 37. All things considered, not super impressive. So unwinding that trade. Lost like $200 on it. So we're coming up to 10 a.m. I've given back about 20% off the top. Was up 37,000. I'm up 30,000 right now. LGVN, look at that. So added back there. Halt levels 39. So made $2,000 on that. Holding just small size. Isn't that annoying though? That's trading though. Right idea, wrong timing. You got the right idea, but your timing's off. You screw it up. High was 39.90. Watch this resume at like 34 though. I mean, hopefully it doesn't, but I'll put my new order at 40. So why did I stop out? Well, I got in here at like 36. It dipped down for a second to 35.20. I was like, I'm going to take another dollar a share loss on this, even though it's only small size. When it came back up to 35.95 and didn't break over 36, I said, you know what, just get out, take it. So I got back out for a tiny loss on $200. And then I missed the 3 points. Got back in at 38 as it was squeezing and sold at 39. So made a dollar a share there. Nice Rob on AHPI. Pre-market high is up there around 1019. BFRI still in this consolidation pattern. So LGVN, if we can break through 44, 45, we should be in pretty good shape for a really nice squeeze. Now that's still 5 points away, right? 45 is all-time high on it. So all-time high, 45.50, I've got it marked out. You've got a little bit of a pivot right here, which is our pre-market high of 43.81. And there's a little bit of descending resistance. But these are the levels that we're watching. New order would be 40, and we'll just see if it starts to open up faster. So right now, the halt was at 55.17. Okay, we've got about less than a minute to resumption. Nice, Jonathan. Good for you. $17,000. Which one was that? Was that LGVN or something else? BFRI. Oh, BFRI is Jason mentioned that. BFRI, yeah, I'll keep BFRI on watch. Okay, so watching resumption here in about 17 seconds. What a dip. Definitely got bought up, 39.90. And then we're looking for a short squeeze. So watching to see if we go into another halt. Quick along there, looking for 42. A little nervous, reducing size. I'm afraid it might give one of those sharp drops. Added dip trade. Looking for the pop back up to 40. So looking for this curl back up through 40. But holding 600 shares. Watching, let's see, 38. Added at 80. Trying to do a dip trade down here, 37.80. For the curl back up over 38 and 39. There's 38.74. It's very, very risky. It's a hard one. Still holding 270 shares. Watching for another dip. 36.79 was the low. Back to flat for now. So we broke through the high up to 40.83 approximately. But the spreads are big. Big whip there on AHPI. So very volatile on LGVN, big range, not much different from yesterday. So just worth keeping an eye on. And marking out the high. High is 40. So you see how it's getting bought up? It's that curling pattern. And BFRI, we're still keeping an eye on that one as well. This is a wedge pattern. Starter on BFRI. Looks like it's starting to break out. Add would be over 35. Adding there 35 BFRI. Let's see if we break through 45. Adding there 60. There we go. Taking some of that off the table. That's what I was looking for. A wedge breakout. Man, it's so that timing. You just have to be watching these. Because if you miss it, you miss it. That was a really nice wedge breakout. It started ascending right here. It pulled back. And right here as it broke through 15, my average is 38. I added into the move. But right there as it broke that level, started to squeeze up. Even added as high as 769. I added at 769 6,000 shares. So buy high, sell higher. But there's 782 halt level, and I'm going to watch for a trade on resumption. I'll put an order at 81 and probably put a new one up at 8. We broke through that level. That's the only thing I was a little worried about. Andre, good for you. $47,000. My goodness. Volume increased as it pulled away, right? As it popped up to 29, volume was starting to increase. And then as it went to 35 and 40, volume was increasing significantly. Why? Because we were breaking this apex of 39. And then as we broke through 60, that's where short sellers are forced to cover. And if you just want to be looking at stocks that are halted, of course, our halt scanner will show you BFRI halted right here. So we're showing a $7.99 resumption. My new order, I'm going to move to $8.10. Resumption, dip and rip. Looking for a dip and a rip, possibly into another halt, but at least for the next leg up. Now, like anything else, there's always false breakouts, and we've seen them. I guess we kind of saw one at the open on this, right? It popped up here and then dropped back down. So I'm always mindful of that, but this breakout was confirmed here for sure. And now the level that it needs to hold, if it retests 760, I'd be a buyer off that level. That's the previous high. In fact, if it retests 750, I would still be a buyer because that's $0.50 psychological support. So a dip to 750 and add 755, 765, 775 for the curl back up through 8 and then a break at the pre-market high. That would be a nice way to trade this. But it might not give that to me. It might just open and rip right to 825 or 830, in which case I'm not going to get the chance to size back to a big position because it's just going to be too much without me. Halt on NRXP. And we've got news on that. COVID-19 vaccine effectiveness against Delta variant. $58 million share float. BFRI, still showing a 98 resumption. My order is still ready at 81. I'm going to put a new order at 811. And let's see if this gives us some nice momentum. Showing 799 right now. So put my order to add there, moving the order up. I'll move it up to 825 just in case this opens a little high. Watching resumption in 10 seconds. Watching. Looking to add right out of the halt for a dip and rip. Added right there, and then took some profit at 833. Now looking for a pullback, adding at 825. Basing out over 8, adding at 807, buying the dip off of that psychological support. Now looking for the curl through 835 and 840. Struggling a little bit here, unwinding the position in the 17s, adding back at 25, new order 35. It might do a false break at 8. See that 10-second candle pulling back just a little bit. Taking a little more off the table at 25. Order's still ready at 35. That candle's closing as a bit of a topping tail. Not too bad, though. I feel like my clock is 5 seconds off. Dip trade at 98. Bought the dip. Looking for the break back over $8. Holding right now and looking to add it at 88. There's a bid. Looking for the first 10-second candle back over $8. Then we want to see 810, 815. Added more at 84. Trying to buy the dip on it for that curl. This is right off the 20 moving average on the 10-second chart. Now I want to see 96, 97, 98. And then the quick squeeze to $8.10. There's 93. Adding at 93, adding at 94. There's 97. A bid there at 90 for a second, but then it got pulled, unwinding the position back to flat. Watching for another dip. First 1 minute candle to make a new high. Added at 88. Still looking for the break back over $8. There's 96. We'll add at 97. Watch the 10-second and the 1 minute. 97 added right there. So we get the break. We're looking for the break back over 8. There's 96. Unwinding it. I think a small loss. That first 1 minute candle to make a new high, it was 97. Dip trade at 65. I was looking at 60 as being the previous level, so I'm in at 66. I want to see if we get the pop up through 70. There's 72. A couple $100 on that. Stop at 55 on the rest. Nice, Dan. $13,000. Good for you. Yep, I do. And I set a live stop at 55. Don't do that often, but I have one here so I can look at some other things. Yep, I saw NRXP was halted on COVID news. It's hard to know. It's a 58 million share float. And it's also just hard to know how significant those headlines are. I'm just not sure. Sold the rest at 70 for now. We'll just keep it on watch. That 5-minute candle unfortunately has high volume, the red volume bar, red candle. So not a huge fan of that. NRXP is showing a 651 resumption. But the float is higher, so we'll just have to see how that one trades. I would trade it with slightly smaller size. There's COVID news on it. So been halted for 10 minutes. Resumption price showing at $6.80, so $2 a share higher. So right now it's looking like it's going to open like way up here. BFRI, that's a strong pullback. That's a sharp pullback. Showing a $7 resumption right now. It may open and halt down right away because it's open. It's looking like it'll open so high. So we'll just have to see what it does. 720. So possible resumption on a 20-minute long or a 15-minute long halt is going to be in about 10 seconds. So watching. Showing $7 right now. So orders at 725. Still halted. Just watching. There's a gap fill on the daily from 750 to 892. Be a spot to watch. Newegg on the scanners. Nice pop. Not sure about it right now. Hey, Anthony, welcome. Thank you. Going okay. Looking at NRXP. Halted up. Some COVID news. Showing a high resumption right now. It's been halted for 15 minutes. I'm not sure. It's going to be a really safe one to trade because I think it's going to open so high that it might be hard to manage risk on it. Newegg, 18.50 up $2 a share, just squeezing up. $21. No trades on it for me. Sometimes you just miss them. Halt levels 21.41. Halt levels 21.88 moved up. AHPI has been a bit choppy. A decent move there for sure, but I think that one I'm not going to be as interested in. Newegg up to $22. Halt levels 22.33. First pullback on the 1 minute got bought up. Volume is still fairly light. Spreads are a little bigger. ISPC under VWAP, it looks like it's curling up. And our XP, next possible resumption for a 20-minute long halt would be at 10:27 and 20 seconds. So watching for that possible resumption in about 20 seconds. Moving my order up to 770, watching for dip and rip. Still no resumption. So, when it's like this, I sort of lose interest at a certain point. I don't want to just keep sitting here for forever. So, I've had a pretty good day here. And I guess if I close up right now, I'm pretty much finishing at my high a day, which is better than I can say for the last couple days. So maybe I'll just do that. Nice work, David. $531. Green is good. Well done on Newegg. Traded a lot of stocks, though. Caution over trading and overstaying your welcome. All right, so let's see. I want to thank you guys for tuning in and being here every day, as always. Warrior Pro students, if you want to upgrade your membership using Black Friday sales coupon codes, you're welcome to do that. I'll give you the email right here. And those on YouTube and Facebook, thanks for tuning into the morning show. As always, really appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you guys hitting the thumbs up. If you guys will all take just 1 second and hit that thumbs up right now, we can end this broadcast with a little bit of a bang. And I really, really, really do appreciate it. So thank you guys for doing that. If you want to come over and be a member of Warrior Trading, the membership right now is discounted for Black Friday. You guys can also get a 14-day money-back guarantee, so you can go through the classes and really see whether or not you like it. You like the YouTube broadcast, see whether or not you like the classes. If you like the classes, you like the scanners, you like the chat room, then hopefully we'll keep you as a member. So give us a chance to earn your membership. We'd love to have you here. So I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you're having a good day today. Enjoy the weekend. I'm glad the market was open here this morning so we could at least get some trading in. It's always nice to hit a couple trades before the weekend. So got some good trades today. As always, I'll say as I sign off, my results are not typical. Okay, so the typical result of a beginner trader is losing money. There are no guarantees of success in the market, and there's no refunds in the market. We have a 14-day money-back guarantee, so that already is a little bit better than just throwing real money at the market. Students who stay through the 14 days and become full-fledged members, you'll get access to a trading simulator. The reason we don't give it to you in the first 14 days is because we're going to go out of pocket paying for your market data fees. Now, we're already going to do that for you to access to the scanners, but that's not as expensive as level 2 market data for the simulator. So anyways, we want to give you guys the chance to get into the classes, to learn more, and be part of this awesome community of traders who are all searching for the momentum, looking for it every day. NRXP showing $8 resumption. That resumption is just moving up higher and higher, which makes me think more and more that it's just going to resume, halt down immediately, and then we'll see whether or not there's more opportunities. But I'm going to take the money and enjoy the day. I'll be back at it first thing Monday morning, and hope to see you guys, as many of you in the room as join over the weekend, and we'll have a good Monday, Cyber Monday. All right, so it's 10:30. That's it for me. Nice long broadcast this morning, about 2 hours, from 8:15 to about 10:30. Jess is going to be hosting a mentor session for our Warrior Pro students, so he'll be doing Q&A for you guys, and I am super grateful to him for helping take some of the weight off my shoulders by doing those sessions. So thank you, Jess, and we're really grateful for you, and I hope students enjoy that as well. Jess, of course, is a momentum trader. He's got his 100K badge, and he's trading every day, pretty much the same strategy as me, same types of stocks for the most part. So he's a good person for you guys to do some Q&A with here today. All right, that's it for me. Have a great weekend, and we will see you back here on Monday morning. Okay, bye everyone.